Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to our audience and people watching this online. My name is Marion Pigassou. I'm a SSP21 alumna, and I just finished my MSS23. I'm currently working at LinSpace, a French space startup, incubated here at ISU Central Campus. LinSpace was funded by 2 ISU alumni out of 4 co-founders. I will be your moderator today. Welcome to the International Space University's inauguration of the academic year 2022-2023 for the Master of Space Studies. This event is being live-streamed on the ISU YouTube channel. Now, I would like to invite the Master of Space Study 2023 students to the auditorium. So let's give our new student a big round of applause. Thank you for all being with us today. For our former students who support and help us, to our new students who are getting to be ready to live a unique experience, and to our supporters, I wish you a warm welcome. Today's first speaker is Professor Pascal Ehrenfreund, the president of the International Space University and research professor of space policy and international affairs at the Space Policy Institute, George Washington University in Washington, D.C. She is also the president of the International Astronautical Federation, IAF, COSPAR, and visiting professor at Leiden Observatory. She has a distinguished professional career, starting with a master's degree in molecular biology. She has a PhD in astrophysics and a master's degree in management and leadership. She is the chair of the executive board of the German Aerospace Center between 2015 and 2020, and the president of the Australian Science Fund from 2013 to 2015. She contributed as a principal investigator, co-investigator, and team leader to ESA and NASA astronomy and planetary missions, as well as experiments in low Earth orbit and on the International Space Station for 3 decades. To finish this impressive career, the asteroid 9826 Ehrenfreund 2114 T3 bears her name. So let's give a big applause to this inspiring personality. Professor, would you like to join me on stage?
Thank you so much, and really welcome to the MSS23 incoming students, and also, of course, of the MSS22 class representatives. We have representatives of the Eurometropole today, and we are expecting also the mayor of Ilkirch, Mr. Thibaut Phillips. We will have our new chancellor here online, Dr. Val Munsami. And we have the faculty and the staff of ISU Central Campus here, and everybody else and guests, really, really welcome. It's always this really very nice and important day for ISU when we welcome a new class to our central campus. Sometimes it also happens that we at the same time also have the graduation of the previous class. As you probably know, it was not so easy in the last years due to COVID. Internships and so on got quite delayed. So we do not have the graduation. The graduation of the MSS 22 will be a little bit later due to the circumstances. But today is really, really an important day for you, and we welcome you to Illkirch in the Strasbourg Eurometropole in France. You will engage all in a new journey for the next academic year, and we hope that it will be a little bit more relaxed. We had a lot of lockdowns in the last 2 years and a lot of measures. And hopefully this winter will be a little bit easier than the previous one, but at the same time we have developed a lot of protocols, and I think we are all used to this situation. There might be a time where we have to come back to masks and respect each other's health, but I think we made a lot of progress in that, and I hope that you have a more easy winter and year to come. So you have really decided to come to ISU and work for your master's degree, and what comes after and what we all really very enjoy. It's always a great pleasure when you actually introduce yourself, tell us where you come from, what's your background, and in particular, what are your ambitions. And even if you don't know it yet, yeah, it will come over the year. And this is the tradition of this opening ceremony, that we hear from you. And that we'll start to get to know you because we will be spending a lot of time with you. So concerning the whole background, you know that the space sector develops at a really accelerating speed with the participation of many, many different stakeholders and the vision for human expansion into space. So when you look at the recent numbers, you can see that there was $469 billion were invested in the global space economy in 2022. And you also know that by 2040, the space industry could realize revenues up to $1 trillion. So the statistics, they are already since 3 years, and they have not changed. They are actually increasing. And so this means that the space sector develops extremely fast. There are new tools, new services, and it has, of course, also an impact on many other economic sectors. And I think this is also very special for the International Space University. What you get here is an interdisciplinary education, and independent. If you are coming from a medical background, if you are coming from humanities, from management, if you're an engineer, there are so many sectors which are now interacting with space. You will find your place. And we have a lot of entrepreneurial leadership in space. You certainly all know about SpaceX and Blue Origin and so on, but there are many, many startup companies. And I think more than 1,700 startups companies have been funded by venture capital in the last 10 years. And that is also a very, very important topic for ISU. When you're getting your tour this afternoon, you will see that we have an incubator in-house. And as you have just heard, you know, we have really also very successful companies which started out here in a masterclass or in one of our other courses. So in the last 10 years, I think there were 110 companies, startups founded by ISU alumni in 26 countries. And so that's a very important component for us. Entrepreneurship will be also quite integrated in our curriculum, and you have the direct interaction with the incubator in-house, with companies, new companies which are coming in. And we really also want to inspire you probably to fund your startup. At least you have a lot of help. And it is a very important cooperation for us together with the Eurometropolis because there's a lot of effort taken in entrepreneurship all over, also in France. So we just finished our space studies program in Portugal, our SSP, as we call it, 2022. A few days ago, wasn't so clear how that would turn out, as you know, because we had the lockdowns until mid-March. But we had 107 participants, and I think they had quite a good time and very interesting team projects down in Oeiras in Portugal. And now we are looking forward to work with you in the forthcoming year. ISU celebrated in spring 35 years anniversary. And the strength of ISU is based on this future-oriented vision 35 years ago, including the 3 I space education. So you know that interdisciplinary, international, and intercultural space education. So that is what ISU actually does since 35 years. It's more and more appreciated right now because the space sector really expands into all other economies. So the International Space University, you have really, studying with us, the unique opportunity to engage with the resident faculty, which you will get to know today, but also an extended faculty, a global faculty of 160 lecturers and professors. And of course, you have also 5,400 now since the SSP ended, from 111 countries. We have even the Maldives now in our country list. And so this includes a lot of space professionals from companies, from space agencies, and even astronauts. So when you are part of ISU, you will really be able to develop and boost your career and use this kind of network of so many people. I want to thank all the distinguished guests which are here today. I want to thank to people which are online, speakers, but also some of the class participants which are just arriving and are still online today. And I wish you all the best, really, for the future. I hope you make the best out of it. In particular, now it's a very beautiful time in Strasbourg. The heat is down, and it is a really, really beautiful time to start and to make new friends and to spend a wonderful year with us here. And thank you very much for coming to ISU, and we are trying to make a great time for you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Professor, for this speech. Now, I would like to move on the presentation of the master's program, which is the main goal of these events. I would like to introduce Professor Yu Hill, a full space science professor at ISU Central Campus. He is an engaged professor, and you will be able to have excellent lectures on science with him. I can guarantee you that. Today, he will present the main lines of the program and the people who will deliver them. So, Professor Yu Hill, would you like to join me on stage, please?
Thank you so much, Marion. Dear President, dear Chancellor, Dear students and alumni, dear parents and guardians, dear ISU colleagues, dear distinguished Ilkirch and Strasbourg friends and supporters, a very sincere welcome to this MSS 2023 opening ceremony at ISU Central Campus. Now, this building was opened on the 1st of August 2002, my first day as a new faculty member, and this building was made possible through the generosity of our exceptional Ilkirch and Strasbourg supporters. But the university can be traced back, in fact, to the 1980s, when 3 graduate students in the United States had the idea, the concept of establishing a unique university devoted entirely to space. Now, many people, not surprisingly, dismissed the idea. These students were penniless, although the concept is very noble. Many people dismissed the idea, but our university received precious support from a few men and women of excellence, and they included the late Sir Arthur C. Clarke, our first Chancellor, and the late Professor Carl Sagan of Cornell University in the state of New York. Indeed, one of our ISU founders, Bob Richards, was a PhD student at Cornell and recalls regular visits to the office of Professor Carl Sagan. And he would inform Carl about the progress of this fledgling university. It's interesting to note that Carl Sagan's face, this always put a smile on the face of Carl Sagan, the concept of 3 students starting a university devoted exclusively to space. Suffice to say that Carl Sagan's respect and appreciation for ISU speaks volumes about our university and its noble values and ethos. Now, the Master of Space Studies program started in Strasbourg in 1995 and, in fact, was designed by world-class academics, including Professor Michael Rycroft, a geophysicist, and Dr. George Haskell, a space scientist. Sadly, George passed away last week, but for sure his bright MSS legacy lives on. The 12-month interdisciplinary MSS program is especially intensive and is divided into 5 parts known as modules. And these include, predictably, lectures, workshops, team projects, individual projects, internships, and professional visits. All aspects of space studies are covered, as mentioned by our president, and these include engineering, satellite applications, human performance in space, space science, business and management, policy, economics and law, etc. And as the president alluded to, the idea is very, very simple. The concept is very simple. At the end of the program, our students will have the ability to have an intelligent discussion with anyone working in the space sector, be they a lawyer, an engineer, a flight surgeon, astronaut, whatever. That's a simple concept, and it works rather well. As mentioned, the program is very intense and not for the indolent or faint-hearted. To quote Winston Churchill in 1939, "We have nothing to offer but blood, toil, tears, and sweat." It's all ahead of you. But jesting apart, the program is stimulating and satisfying for many reasons, which our MSS22 student representatives will soon share with you. But before this, a few words about ISU's MSS faculty members known as the resident faculty. And you'll be working, the new class, you'll be working with them on a daily basis. You have already met Professor Ehrenfront and myself So at this point, I will now invite the remaining resident faculty members to the podium to introduce themselves in just 3 sentences. Dear colleagues, come on down.
All right, good morning everyone. 3 sentences that might remind some of you something. So in a nutshell, I'm Bertrand Goldman. I'm an observational astronomer. I'm interested in brown dwarf. Maybe you don't know what that is. You will learn soon enough. They are different from very low mass stars. I'm interested in open clusters and stellar streams and also microlensing. I'm French. You already got that. I studied in Paris. I lived in Chile, the US, and Germany before coming here. Thank you very much.
Hello, everyone. I am Dr. Virginia Wittring. I will be your professor of human performance in space. So we'll be talking about that blood and sweat and tears. I'm from the States, and I'm delighted to be here for my 4th year at ISU.
So good morning, everyone, and I welcome the new class. My name is Tejimola Taiwo. I'm from Nigeria. I'm an assistant professor of space system engineering. So also I will take classes on how to design need-driven applications for here on Earth using space systems and terrestrial infrastructures. So really glad to meet you, and yeah, let's have a wonderful year.
Hello everybody and welcome to ISU. So my name is Daniela Ignjatović-Ogrizović and I was student as you 10 years ago. So today I'm in charge of space applications, and I originally coming from Serbia, having background in civil engineering, geodesy and geomatics. Currently I'm working on research, lunar in-situ utilizations, new technologies, how we can construct on the moon, etc., etc. So I will be very happy to have inspired new generation, and I wish you all the best. Enjoy your year. This is only what I can tell you, and learn as much as you can. Welcome.
So good morning, and also welcome from my side. My name is Walter Peters. I have, I believe, a Belgian passport, but I have not been there for many years. I have most of my experiences with the European Space Agency, ESA, which we sometimes have to call the European NASA for some of you, but you will learn more about it, where I worked first in engineering jobs, but afterwards mainly in human spaceflight, amongst others, which I know a lot of you will interest. I was a coordinator of the European Astronaut Center, so I know all the European astronauts quite well. My background is double. I have an engineering background and an economic full background, and that's why I will, because we have so many good engineers in the team, I will more specialize and try to give you some feelings about economics, which you will need for entrepreneurial things. And so don't worry for the blood, sweat and tears. As I'm an engineer, I will try to make it as less painful as possible. Okay.
Good morning. My name is Nicolas Peter. I'm from the European Space Agency, from the services of the Director General, and I'm seconded here, where I'm acting as faculty in charge of policy, economics, and law. So I'm really happy to be here on that side, because not too long ago, like 20 years ago, I was on that side. So I have a lot of sympathy for what you're going through, and also what you will go through, and I will try to help you also throughout the program with my fellow faculty members to help you really to shape your career, and I will also be able to help you navigate through the master program. So in terms of background, I'm a space policy expert. I've worked in 8 countries and 4 continents. So I work here very closely with Walter, and Gongling Sun, that is not here today, in coordinating PEL and management together, but also working on the incubator with Coralie and Walter, that Coralie you will meet this afternoon. And I'm also heading our space policy and entrepreneurship lab. So trying to bridge, theory and praxis. So I'm really looking forward to have a good discussion, good work with you. And with that, I give the floor back to Hugh. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, dear colleagues. Yep. You may. So, some of you may be of a curious disposition and are wondering what these images refer to. And in fact, they refer to the forthcoming MSS program. So, for example, here we have a group of astronauts assembled for a panel discussion, and this is being moderated by Professor Virginia. So this will be part of the program that you will be undertaking. This is a photo from the Lego robotics competition, which you will be undertaking in early January 2023. And you will have to design, construct, test, and enter a competition and to collect as many so-called gems as possible. This project will be led by Professor Yoshida. Now, Yoshida-san is one of the world's foremost experts in the field of space robotics, and he'll be coming to work with you in early January. He'll be advising you on the design and construction of your robots. And again, the competition will be at that time. This is an image photo of the annual poster competition, and you'll be undertaking this in early October. And you'll have to do research, proper scientific research on a topic, a space science topic. You will have to design a poster, and then you'll have to present the poster at a dedicated poster session with academic experts. And these are some of the posters that were produced last year, I believe. And these are the two of the winning posters. So you'll be undertaking this in October. And by the way, in addition to a paper poster, you'll be expected to produce a virtual poster as well. And we've employed an expert in that field to help you with that. And finally, this is an image of a Zoom session we had with an astronaut on board the International Space Station. Is this Jessica? Yeah. So this is Jessica Meir, an ISU alumna. So she was in these seats a few decades ago. I think she was MSS 2000 or 2001. And she is an outstanding scholar, but also a great supporter of ISU and the master's program. So that's a sneak peek, so to speak, into some events that you'll be involved with in the coming months. Right, so at this point, we need to think about introducing the new class, the individual members of the new class. So let's first meet them via Zoom, and then we'll have one recorded video. Again, we've asked the new students to introduce themselves in just 3 sentences. So, first, over to Kais in Zoomland. Please tell us about yourself in just 3 sentences.
Hello, everybody. My name is Kais Barmawi. I'm 26 years old, half Bulgarian, half Jordanian, from Sofia, Bulgaria. I'm a film and theater director. Just yesterday, I had a premiere of 2 of my short films, actually. So my undergraduate program was in directing. This year, I also finished my 2 years master's program in astronomy and popularization of astronomy. And I also have small background in startups and fundraising. My focus in ISU is going to be diving into the new space economy, finding a way to combine my knowledge and experience in the media, entertainment, and arts. Hopefully combining that knowledge with a startup as a final result. I believe that this is the way to bring space to the larger audience around the world. And I want to be a part of that. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Kais. So over to Jonathan, also on Zoom land, and please restrict your summary to 3 sentences. Jonathan.
Hello, everybody. My name's Jonathan. Everyone calls me Johnny. I'm 50 years old and I'm from the UK. I've been in the Royal Air Force for about 28 years. For most of that, I was a navigator on Tornado F3 fighters, more recently Special Mission ISR. I'm also a graduate of our weapons instructor program, and I've also done numerous staff tours, the most recent of which was working with the French Armée de l'Air de l'Espace in Paris as part of their international relations team. I'm coming to ISU because last year the Royal Air Force created its very own Space Command, and this is an initiative designed to help educate the leaders of that command for the future. So hopefully this opens up a new chapter in my career, and I'm very much looking forward to meeting you all on Bright-Eyed and Bushy-Tailed on Monday morning. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Johnny. Next, we go to Pedro, who's also in Zoomland. Pedro, please. Okay, we'll get back to Pedro in the fullness of time. Over to Mustafa in Zoomland. Hello, Mustafa. Tell us about yourself, please.
Good morning, everyone. I am Mustafa Shahid from India. I have been working with the Indian Space Research Organization for the past 5 years as a launch vehicle avionics engineer. And I hope to learn more about the business, law and policy aspects of the space sector during my next year at ISU. Looking forward to meeting you all and having a great learning experience. Thank you.
Thank you, Mustafa. Thank you so much, Mustafa. And next to Eleonora, also on Zoomland. Eleonora, please.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Eleonora. I'm from Italy, Venice, and my background is industrial design and interaction design and entrepreneurship. I am currently involved in the field of analog missions, and my interest and goal in the space sector is to improve the design of life support system and habitats to sustain mental health and human performance. And so looking forward to arrive to Strasbourg.
Thank you so much, Eleonora. Just looking to our distinguished IT colleagues, do we have Pedro? Nope. Okay, if we don't have Pedro, let's move to a video recording on the part of Dimitro. So Dimitro will tell you about himself.
Hi everybody, my name is Dimitro Bilash. I'm a new student in ISU and your new classmate. I'm 28 years old. I'm a serial entrepreneur with successful startup experience. I was creating an AI company focused on data field. My company was acquired, and right now I'm starting a new journey in space industry because I believe that's the future. During this year in ISU, I hope to acquire a lot of new knowledge about space, space tech, and space business. And what is the most important, I really would like to meet a lot of new people and make new friends. So I'm really looking forward to seeing everybody, and see you soon in Strasbourg. Bye.
Just a short announcement, if I may. As Professor Nicola mentioned, all of the resident faculty introduced themselves but one. That was Professor Gongling Sun, and he leads the management part of the MSS program. You'll meet Gongling in the near future. We're also just joined by a distinguished colleague, Emeritus Professor John Farrow. John, please stand up. So, yeah, John is a distinguished faculty member, and he led the SAT apps part of the program for a few decades with great distinction. And John, you're most welcome. Now, at this point, by the way, distinguished IT colleagues, do we have Pedro? No Pedro, okay. So for those of you who have just introduced yourselves, a great thanks to all of you for your eloquent introductions. And at this point, may I call on the newly arrived MSS 2023 students to come to the podium and introduce themselves in, please, no more than 3 sentences. Come on down.
Hi everyone, I'm Manav Gupta. I'm 23 years old. I'm from India and I have a background in electronics and communication engineering with a specialization in machine learning and artificial intelligence. I've always wanted to learn more about space, and it will be really exciting to do that with all of you guys. So looking forward to it.
Hello everyone, my name is Miroslava Kozlovska. I'm from Belarus, but for the last couple of years I was living in the Netherlands. I have bachelor's in international law and master's in air and space law. So studying, living and working abroad already formed my international and intercultural mindset. But I came to ISU to also experience interdisciplinarity, which is needed to create effective space policies and business strategies. So my expectations from this program is to be able to have the full understanding of the complexity of the space sector, dive into technical aspects, and of course, launch a stellar career. Thank you.
Bonjour à tous, good morning everyone. My name is Alexandra Lissouba. I was born in France from a Franco-Congolese mother and a Russian father, but I lived the last 25 years of my life in Montreal, Canada. I did my PhD in neuroscience, studying neurodegenerative disorders, and in the last 3 years I was working as a project manager for a research consortium in oncology, mainly in skin cancer. I think that ISU will help me really understand all of the multifaceted aspects of space and help me find my place here in the space sector so I can contribute my research and project manager experience either in the human performance in space community or any other community that I will discover at ISU. I'm very excited to be here. This wouldn't be possible without the support of CNES, so thank you very much. And good year, everyone. Thank you.
Jeev Winushla. Hello everyone, my name is Rowan Morkins O'Reilly. I'm from Ireland, and ever since I was a child I've been fascinated with 2 things, filmmaking and space exploration. For my undergraduate, I studied film and literature, philosophy and astrophysics at the National University of Ireland, Maynooth, and with an Erasmus year spent in KU Leuven. And since graduation, my life has taken me across 27 countries and 5 different jobs, teacher, tour director, independent filmmaker, but my goal has always been to combine my creative side with my passion for space exploration, though I will leap at every opportunity ISU provides me with. My main goal is to improve my technical understanding, to foster a network with these remarkable people, and though my birthplace has been the Atlantic Ocean, I believe the stars have always been my destination, and I look forward to us making the journey together. Per ardua ad astra.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Benjamin Shapiro. I grew up in the U.S. Virgin Islands and Miami. I'm a recent graduate of Cornell University, having studied astronomy and economics, and I recently held positions at NASA and the Aerospace Corporation, working at the intersection of systems engineering and finance. At ISU, I really look forward to the massive emphasis on entrepreneurship and the whole entrepreneurship curriculum, as well as living with and learning from my exceptional peers in front of me. And maybe I'll find some co-founders for the next great space company. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm Carla. I come from Italy, the south, Naples, and I've studied there the bachelor in aerospace engineering, and then went till the Netherlands to do the master in space exploration. And yeah, since my background is really fixed in engineering, I'm here at ISU to experience the interdisciplinarity and focus, who knows, maybe on human performance in space. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Maria Francesca. I come from Naples in Italy, and I hold a bachelor degree in aerospace engineering, and I'm about to finish my master in astrophysics and cosmology. I always wanted to open my mind to every space-related fields, such as medicine, architecture, economics, and so on. And this is why I decided to join this huge, big ISU family in order to grow up in this intercultural and interdisciplinary environment and be able to focus on space exploration and astrobiology. I can't wait to do this journey with you, and thank you very much.
Good morning, everybody. My name is David Serrano. I am from Venezuela, but I've lived the last half of my life in Canada, where I did my studies in mechanical engineering and experimental dynamics. I've always had a passion for space, which began with just space exploration and the question for what's out there, but just in the last few years, I've grown very interested into how to understand the workings of the universe. We also have to understand the smallest scale, which is the particle physics. So I thought, why not merge everything that I'm passionate about, complex engineering problems, working with high-end technologies, and make it into a career. So that's why I chose the ISU, and I expect to bridge a bit of the knowledge gap that I don't have from not having an official experience in the space industry, build a network, and see what roles are out there. So hopefully we have a good year. So thank you.
Bonjour and a good morning to all of you. I am Sarah and I'm 22 and I hold a bachelor's in aerospace engineering. And it's such an honor and privilege to be in this university where they equip and train world future space leaders. And I see myself as the next emerging space leader, and I wish and pray the same for all of you, and I can't wait to work with each one of you. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, President and Professor, guests, and of course, fellow students. I'm really happy to be here today. My name is Laura Morelli. I'm originally from Italy, but I recently graduated from a double bachelor's in Spain in law and international relations. And this is what I wish to do. Of course, I wish to learn everything about space that I can possibly learn, but I would like to dedicate my future professional career to space law and space policy. So thank you, and have a good year, everybody. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for the introduction. I'm Celia Farras. I'm 24 years old. I'm from Catalonia, Spain, and I've always been passionate for the space, astronomy, and astrophysics. So I decided to start doing mechanical engineering as a bachelor. Then I did my master's degree in astronomy and astrophysics. And my internship was at the Leiden Observatory at the beginning of this year. So there, it was there where I met two ISU alumni and where I decided to be here now. So I'm so excited to know you all, to learn a lot, and thank you so much.
Hi,
Hi everyone, I'm Solène, I'm 22 and I came from France. I just finished my studies in mechanical engineering, and I'm here today to further my knowledge in the space field. It's a very fascinating space field, sorry. And I have still a lot to learn, and we still have a lot to discover, and I will be doing my bit. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Martin Smyth-Rumsby, and as you can probably tell from what I'm wearing, I'm from Scotland in the United Kingdom. I'm really excited to embark upon MSS23 with you, and I'd like to express my thanks to both the UK Space Agency and the European Space Agency for scholarships to support my participation. I hold a Masters of Arts with Honours in International Relations with Management from the University of Aberdeen. I'm looking forward to consolidating my career learning to date and to think about my next steps in the international space sector with you. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Mireia Gil. I'm from Spain and I'm an architect. I studied my bachelor degree and my master's degree in space, in architecture, and I'm involved in the space sector since I did my final degree project related with surface habitation on our satellite. And I was here also into the ISU for the workshop in space architecture, and I'm very happy to be now a student of the master and learn from all of your backgrounds, because for me it's very important the cooperation between professionals of different backgrounds for the successful for create successful projects in the space sector. Thank you very much.
Good morning all. My name is Jacinda Cotty. I'm a global citizen, European heritage, South African born and Australian bred. I have spent the last 25 years as a pilot, from instructing to charter and finally flying passenger jets. Since my undergrad, I've held a keen interest and fascination in human factors and performance, which evolved into CRM. Now I have the lived experience to back that up. I'm about optimizing the human. So the blood, sweat and tears, you come to me and we organize it. Especially interests in the brain-body link. How does space affect neuroplasticity? I truly believe in the statement, off the earth, for the earth. I would love to become Australia's first female of colour astronaut. And as St. Catherine said, if we all are what we are meant to be, we'll set the world on fire. I look forward to sharing this journey with you into the galaxy and beyond.
Hello everyone, my name is Sterling Forbes. I am 21 years old and I am from London, and I recently graduated in History and Philosophy of Science from UCL. My hope is to work in space venture capital in the future, helping pioneer and grow the most exciting new space technologies. And this is because I believe that of all the emerging industries, space has the greatest potential to deliver wide-ranging benefits to humanity, to help solve the most complex problems on Earth, and ultimately to provide that unique international and intercultural perspective that only that image, in the words of late Professor Carl Sagan, that pale blue dot can provide. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Paulina Stern, and I'm from the United States. I have a degree in international business and Japanese language, and for the past 15 years, I've been working in finance and HR areas. The reason why I'm here is I'm looking for a career change and really focusing on something, learning about something, and contributing eventually to an industry I find fascinating. in terms of area of interest, it really is wide-ranging. I'm hoping this program will help me to narrow my focus. It's really things like human experience in this space time playground, and something very practical like clearing orbit junk, really. So really excited to be here. Really looking forward to learning from you, with you, and about you. So thank you. Looking forward to a year ahead.
Hello everyone, good day. My name is Anusha Santosh and I'm of Indian origin, but I was born and brought up in the UAE. I hold a bachelor's degree in aerospace engineering, and as for my work experience, I've worked a bit as a propulsion engineer, and I've also a little bit experience in the business development part of it. And throughout the next year, I aim to increase my knowledge beyond just the engineering aspect, and also to meet and connect with new people. So thank you very much, and let's meet and connect more in person.
Hi everyone, I'm Romila. I am an Indian national, but I'm a resident of United Arab Emirates. I am also an aerospace engineer from Dubai. And the reason I'm here is to transform myself from an aerospace engineer to a well-rounded space professional. And I hope we all set out and we achieve what we came here for. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Alexandre Benas. I'm from Lyon in France, and I have a master in management and business administration. With a specialization in finance. Following my studies, I worked for about 1 year as a fundraising and merger and acquisition analyst. Afterward, I decided to join the ISU in order to specialize in the space sector and to pursue my career in this exciting field. My ambition is to contribute and support the emergence of a new space economy by facilitating access to capital for innovative space company. I would also love to be part of entrepreneurial adventures. So if some of you are looking for an associate to work on the business and financial part, don't hesitate to reach me. I'm very glad to be part of the ISU today, and I would like to thank the CNES, so it's a space French agency, for their generous support, and also the admission committee for giving me this opportunity. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm Gauram Majmudar from India. I have a bachelor's in computer science and engineering and have a working experience of a year as a software engineer. I'm really looking forward to a great year at ISU. I'm willing to pursue a career in telescopic and satellite systems, and it is really nice to meet everyone, and thank you ISU for this opportunity. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Tomasz Radach. I'm Polish, but I lived in France since 2009. I spent 15 years in civil engineering, sharing this place between the construction site and design desk as a site engineer, project manager. And I'm here today because I believe strongly in 3 I's, in holistic approach, commitment to the other space, and I want to kick off what I say, lift off the project, which is space civil engineering. Godspeed to everyone.
All right. Hello, everyone. My name is James. I'm from Canada. I have a bachelor's degree in engineering chemistry, which is a dual program with chemical engineering and chemistry. And for the last 3 years, I worked as an operations consultant, helping companies across various industries improve their manufacturing processes and solve problems with their capital projects. I hope to transfer these skills to the space industry and help develop the next generation of space systems. And I'd like to thank the European Space Agency for sponsoring me to get me here. I'm looking forward to working with each and every one of you and also learning from each and every one of you. So Thank you.
Hi everyone. I'm Darren Beline. I'm from Cape Town, South Africa. I have a master's in architecture from the University of Cape Town. And for the last 5 years, I've worked as an architect and a lecturer in design. I'm interested in three things. I'm interested in people, I'm interested in climate, and I'm interested in Soviet history. I'm interested in how people live and how people will live in the future. And using historical and modern forms of space technology, I hope to understand how climatic patterns alters cultural development in human populations and how that influences our modern forms of urbanization, with also particular interest in Russian history and Russian context. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Pier Francesco Chiavetta, and I come from Palermo in Italy. I'm a medical doctor, and I did 3 years of research in neuroscience and electrophysiology, where I studied the neural control of thermoregulation and how to induce hibernation in mammals that usually do not hibernate, and hopefully in the near future also in humans. My interest in space dates back to my childhood when I was stunned by the sight of the Milky Way in the night sky. And I would like to use my expertise in medicine and physiology to improve human spaceflight beyond lower Earth orbit. I'm convinced that the MSS is a great opportunity to meet amazing people coming from different backgrounds but with similar interests. I'm looking forward to know you all during the next year and to learn all I can from this extraordinary experience. And I would also like to thank ASI, the Italian Space Agency, for their support. Thank you very much.
Hi everyone, my name is Jose. I'm from Spain. I'm nurse, I'm a chemist, I'm physicist. One of the reasons that I decided to do this course is because I would like to be an astronaut. It's true that I would like to relate all my knowledge with the biomedical, the human's performance in the future. I'm very excited to be here with you all, and I hope that in the future that it will be okay. Thanks. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Diego Greenhalgh. I'm Brazilian. I'm a graduate student from the State University of New York in Political Science and National Studies, and I have a master's in International Cooperation for Development, Public and Non-Profit Administration. I'm here today, and I have been with ISU for a while, but I'm here to emphasize the importance of space education to all, and also the impact of space technology and the quality of life of everyone on Earth. Thank you very much.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Guilhem. I'm French. I'm 43 years old. 20 years ago, I graduated with an engineering degree in physics, automation, and computer vision in a school located about 100 meters from here. So it's a comeback. Then I joined the Gendarmerie. I graduated with a degree in penal law, and I got a bachelor in digital forensics too. I work as a cybercrime analyst in the air transportation gendarmerie for 10 years. However, I'm a physicist at heart, and I always wanted to work in the space sector because it is the most scientific field I can think of. I do believe that the ISU is the best gateway to the sector, and the MSS will allow me to make my dream come true. I look forward to getting to know all of you, characters and skills, and to seeing what we'll be able to achieve together during this year. Thank you.
Very well done. You know, a successful MSS class has many characteristics. For example, motivation, industry, and skilled teamwork. Another characteristic is the excellence of its class representatives. In the case of MSS 2022, it's fair to say that we have been blessed. They executed their duties with professionalism, diligence, and good humor. They have been a great pleasure to work with, and we thank them very sincerely. While not with us today on account of professional commitments, they graciously recorded a video to welcome the new class. Ladies and gentlemen, the MSS 2022 class representatives, Thomas O'Sullivan and Summer Beckworth. Thank you.
Good morning, MSS23. My name is Tom O'Sullivan, and I'm joined by my wonderful colleague, Summer Beckworth. We were the class representatives for MSS22 last year, and we're very pleased to at least virtually meet you. We regret that we can't be there in person, but you're in safe hands today with Marion, and I'm looking forward to meeting you properly later in the year. First of all, it's our pleasure to welcome you physically to the International Space University, but also into the ISU community. You've probably heard it already, and for sure you will continue to do so over the year. The ISU is a special place, and you're surrounded by an extraordinary group of people. The particular beauty of this ISU family is that you'll find it in almost every part of the globe and across the widest array of fields. Indeed, it's ingrained in the mantra of international, intercultural, and interdisciplinary. ISU is unique in bringing like-minded people together, bound by a passion for space.
Exactly a year ago, we were sat right where you are, excited and both nervous because most of us had just moved to a completely new country. And so we were all kind of feeling the exact same way that you are right now. We, MSS22, and Tom and I particularly, are here to help however we can with advice, resources, and ultimately guidance for your new class representatives you'll elect in the next couple weeks. It's an honor of ours to represent our class from last year, and we had an incredibly special group of people that we laughed, cried, struggled with, and ultimately had a really great time and made some lifelong friends with. ISU is going to teach you how to work hard, and in that you're going to learn a lot about teamwork and learning a lot of life skills that you're going to take from this program for the rest of the time that you're working in the space sector and beyond. You're going to remember a lot of the good things, but a lot of the bad things aren't going to stick with you as much sometimes when team projects didn't go the way you wanted or you didn't do as well on an exam as you would have liked. Those things don't stick with you as much as building your own rocket, learning from world famous scientists and astronauts, and just enjoying the time with your new international friends through the nights.
So all that's left to say from us is that you're going to have an amazing time here at ISU. Take risks, grasp every opportunity, and get to know your professors because they do know what they're talking about. Work hard, have fun, and most importantly, make friends and stick together. Good luck, MSS23, and we wish you every success for the coming year.
Thanks to Professor Hill, and thanks for the class representative of the MSS22. I have to say they were just amazing this year, and I really hope you will have the same kind of class representative this year. I will be honest with you now. The master degree is made up of highs and lows. But together, you will overcome the problems to get through this year. It's not easy every day, but you will succeed as the previous people have succeeded, as told like Professor Hugh Hill. Never forget the most important things at ISU: international, interdisciplinary, intercultural. These three elements perfectly define the master's program and the student who do it. ISU has a lot to offer to enter in the space field and launch your career. I wish you all the best. Work hard, but most importantly, have fun, really. Now, I would like to move on with one of our special guests today. This is our Mr. Thibaut Philips. He is currently the mayor of Ilkirch-Grafenstaden, the city hosting ISU. You will have the opportunity to visit the city and to enjoy the activity they have to propose to you. So now I would like to invite Mr. Philips on stage.
Bien, bonjour, je suis désolé, alors l'anglais n'est pas tout à fait très clair, ça fait longtemps que je ne pratique plus, parce que quand on est maire en France, on ne pratique pas forcément beaucoup l'anglais. En tous les cas, je voulais toutes et tous vous saluer Madame la Présidente, avec laquelle j'ai l'occasion régulièrement d'avoir des échanges qui nous permettent de faire que cette institution soit vraiment ancrée dans l'écosystème de notre ville, et dans l'écosystème du parc d'innovation, puisqu'ici on est dans le parc d'innovation d'Ilkirch-Grafenstaden, et on a un certain nombre d'entreprises qui sont vraiment des majors et des très très belles entreprises, et cette institution fait qu'on savait déjà qu'Ilkirch-Grafenstaden était le centre du monde, mais Ilkirch-Grafenstaden, grâce à vous, devient le centre de l'espace.
So, Mr. Philips, the mayor of Ilkirch, wants to welcome all of you. I'm translating what has been said because as a mayor in France, he doesn't have so much the opportunity to speak in French, in English, sorry.
Ça va, je mettrai.
Exactly. So he really wants to welcome all of you here at the heart of Ilkirch, Grafenstaden, and he praised very much ISU as an institution and a lot of dialogue with the president, Professor Ehrenfreund. Also here, located in the Innovation Park, because there are a lot of very innovative companies around here. And the objective is to build this innovative ecosystem further. And with ISU, Mr. Mayor knew that ISU is very important on Earth, but also a center in the universe.
Merci. Et voilà, et en tous les cas, on a bien conscience de l'intérêt aussi du travail autour de l'espace. On avait eu l'occasion de discuter aussi avec différents acteurs sur ce qui était mené ici, notamment à travers des startups. Et donc ça nous intéresse aussi beaucoup. Et j'espère qu'on pourra cette année travailler sur un programme aussi en partenariat entre la ville d'Ilkirch-Grafenstaden et votre institut, puisque ça nous intéresse beaucoup aussi peut-être d'avoir des développements sur certains programmes de ville avec l'appui de l'espace qui devient vraiment un élément essentiel, surtout dans les transformations dans lesquelles aujourd'hui on est. En tous les cas, merci de m'avoir accueilli aujourd'hui, et puis je vous souhaite de pouvoir découvrir Ilkirch, Strasbourg, et puis toute l'Alsace, qui est quand même une région formidable au cœur de l'Europe.
So, again, very much welcome to you, and we hope that you will have the opportunity also to visit the city and to take the advantage of what it has to offer. And there will be in the future discussion with the mayor, the city hall, the city representative to see how we can leverage further space technology application and in order to the benefit of the citizen, and also to see how it can apply to everyone everyday's life, and also link it with the incubator further. So again, it's important that you take now the advantage of being here, being able to visit, and also the city of Ilkirch, Strasbourg, but also the very, very, very nice province that is the Alsace region as well. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Philips. Actually, your city is really great, and all the MSS22 really enjoy the city. So now we are almost at the end of our ceremony. And I would like to invite, virtually, unfortunately, our last speaker to talk today. This speaker is Dr. Val Manzami. He's an SSP09 alumnus and currently ISU Chancellor. He is a member of the South African Council for Space Affairs and is a Vice President of the International Astronautical Federation, IAF, for developing countries and emerging nations. He also serves as the advisory boards of the Global Space Congress and the Space Generation Advisor Council. It's a great pleasure to welcome him virtually, and let's give a big applause to the inspiring man.
So a very good morning to our students and the faculty members of the ISU. I think I've been sort of introduced, but you'll be glad to know, as pointed out, that I'm actually a proud alumni of the ISU. I did the Space Studies program 2009 at NASA Ames. And the one thing I can affirm that the commitment and resilience is the name of the game in your studies. Just by way of introduction, I am a space physicist by training, and I've been involved in the space developments in South Africa and on the African continent for now over 25 years, more from a policy strategy perspective. And I've just stepped down as the head of the South African National Space Agency. And my most recent appointment is as an advisor to the Saudi Space Commission. So I'm assisting the kingdom in developing quite an ambitious space program that will be announced at the end of this year. But more importantly, I want to turn our focus to the new cohort of master students as you start the new academic year. I am a strong believer of lifelong learning, and I'm really excited with you in the academic journey that you're embarking on. Even more importantly, that you have chosen the International Space University as your academic partner. And it certainly means a lot to us at the ISU that more than 30 years down the line, you're still seen as the university of choice when undertaking studies in the space domain. And I believe that this success is due to our amazing historical journey, the world-class faculty membership, which was also introduced to you today, and our visiting academics and space professionals, who you'll get to meet along the way, and together with our incredible alumni base across the world, that makes us an institution that is second to none. I also want to, and I think Pascal had mentioned this in her opening remarks, but I also want to reaffirm that I believe there's a shift that's happening in the global space domain, where we are about to see accelerated growth in the space sector. And so with the impending SLS launch of NASA in the coming days, we are entering into what I call the bridging period, where we are about to see an explosion of sort of space exploration missions, let alone the number of commercial space actors and activities that are sort of coming online in outer space. And I see four primary reasons for this, which will relate to what I call policy drivers. So proving technological superiority, which was essentially one of the key policy drivers during the Cold War, is still kind of alive and kicking. And this underscores the sort of geopolitical positioning that's happening and the recalibration that is sort of taking place globally. The second policy driver is access to space resources which is what I consider the next economic frontier. So getting there is of vital importance. The third aspect is undertaking bold new scientific missions. And I think this is primarily fueled by what I call the increased opportunities and access to deep space, especially given the commercial opportunities. Now, there's also the fourth reason, which I consider is the economic diversification and the need to exhibit national pride. So where countries with natural resource reserves are looking for new economic markets. We've seen that in the UAE and now more recently with the Saudis as well. So on the other hand, more looking from a developing country's perspective, the increased focus on the Sustainable Development Goals 2030 and the looming deadlines to deliver on these various goals at a national level, there's an increasing appreciation of the value proposition of sort of space products and services. So on this note, we have seen quite a number of space agencies among developing countries. So in Africa alone, just by the way, we have seen over 20 space institutions being established in the last 5 years. And I must also admit that even though COVID has had quite a negative mark on the global community, it has also highlighted the importance of space in supporting, for example, health services and assisting us in the restrictions that were imposed worldwide. So the increased focus and spend in the space sector is again going to increase substantially in the coming years. So coming back to yourselves, in terms of the relevance of the space workforce, you're embarking on a new educational journey that is highly relevant to developments across the globe. And as Pascal had indicated, that entrepreneurship and innovation seems to be the core focus going forward. So I look forward to seeing many new industry entrants sort of coming out of the class of 22. And I also want to quote Nelson Mandela, who happens to be one of the greatest statesmen in the world, former, that he said that education is the most powerful weapon which we can use to change the world. And this implies that the power to change the world is in each of our hands, especially each of you, the future workforce are going to take over from most of us that are sitting here in the next decade or two. I therefore want to wish you every measure of success in your study endeavors, and I look forward to actually engaging you in person in the near future. And I also stand ready as Chancellor to assist wherever I can. So I want to thank you for your kind attention and wishing you everything of the best going forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Manzami, for this memorable speech. For those who are listening in Strasbourg and elsewhere, ISU is on an ambitious roadmap, and we want to invite you to stay connected with us during this academic year. So this is the end of this opening ceremony. I want to wish again the best to our new students. The live stream will end now, and thank you so much for watching this live ceremony.